Yes.
Okay. As, uh, today we are going to discuss, or you can say, going to write a program,
Mm-hmm.
write a program to find out the max element from an given array, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So now we have one array, and I want to find what is the maximum element in this array, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So let us write. We have one array like input input array, and I can give some number. Okay, right? That's simple.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we have to think how we can get maximum. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
let's understand first before writing the code what the approach we are going to think to get this maximum element, right?
Right.
uh, if you look, this is an array, and this array have a element like element 6, 3, 8, 1 and 2. So if you, as we human being, you can read these numbers and easily find out this is the 8 is the maximum number, right?
Right.
Because we are seeing complete element of an array by in the front of my screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can say, oh, this is the maximum. Okay, but how this, the thought, the way I'm thinking, how I can think this is the 8 is the element, because we are more familiar with this number, right? We
Mm-hmm.
know this is the 2, this is the 3, this is the 8. So I, by uh, you can say familiarity, we have not do any calculation in our mind 8 is a maximum or not, right? But
Mm-hmm.
let's one student which just start learning math, okay, and you give
Mm-hmm.
this number, hey my child, can you give me which is the maximum number? Might we
Right.
sometimes say, "Ki this maximum or this maximum," because that child which start learning 1 2 3, they are not understand ki what is the maximum, what is the minimum, right?
Right. Right.
Because we are bigger, we are see this number huge number of times, right?
Mm-hmm.
These number used in my life, so we are familiar. We say, oh, this is the maximum number, what is the problem?
Mm-hmm.
But let you think how you can explain this problem in the child which are just started learning math.
Mm-hmm.
So somehow you can say, you have to understand ki what is the big number, what is the less number, right? So let's example, first we have to answer this is the 6 number and this is the 3 number. So you have
Right.
to explain ki this is a 2 number. In this 2 number, one is the big number, one is the small number, right?
Mm.
So here I have to explain maybe with the counting, ki this is a 3, so this is a 3 number, this is a 6, this is the 6th line, right?
Okay.
And if
Yeah.
you look, this is the big and this is the small somehow, right?
Mm-hmm.
In this
Visual.
way, you can explain, oh, this is the small number, this is the big number, right? The
Mm-hmm.
very basic things you have to inform your child, right? So child,
Mm-hmm.
oh, this is the greater, this is the smallest number. Yeah, this is the
Mm.
maximum number, this is the minimum number. If you have a two number, you can explain this way. But similarly, our computer is not looking this whole number.
Mm-hmm.
You can read one by one, 0%, 1%. So in this way, we can decide this is some minimum or maximum, right?
Right.
Once we have to move the next steps, here you can decide which is the minimum. For
Mm.
next step. The computer read element one by one, right? So
Right.
first you have to read one element and then second element. So here you have to decide which one is the maximum, right? Again,
Mm-hmm.
you the third element. Then you have to decide if let's keep this is the x and this is the y. So this is let's keep
Mm-hmm.
y is the maximum, y is the maximum. So you say y is the maximum. Then this is
Mm-hmm.
the next element. You have to check next element is the maximum, minimum with this new element. We decide
Right.
which maximum. Then we have to decide this is the maximum element. Again, the next element, right?
Right.
So here, what I'm trying to convey, for finding the maximum element in this array, we are not going to read all array in one time. We are
Mm-hmm.
reading one by one element, right? One by one element, and
Right.
deciding which is my maximum,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
So if you run here, just let's write a method, kind of uh, get max element, right? Element, and if this take
That's
one input like a,
get
right?
maximum this max element is in the library, right?
Uh, no, we are going to write this because now
Oh,
compiler don't understand what is the get max element.
right, right,
We have to inform. Okay, I'm going to write one method that let's keep this return some integer, right?
right,
Max.
right.
Okay, and as out.
Mm-hmm.
Here compiler is not understand what is the get max element, right?
Right.
Get maximum element from an array,
Mm-hmm.
from an array, right? This is the my.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
here I write, okay, this method name is this, and they take input. You are passing like one array element. Oh, this
Mm-hmm.
take one input integer a array, right?
Right.
Input, and you are expecting they return some integer value, right? So you say, oh,
Right.
this is the integer value, and now this is about it. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so this is the one way. So and now notice we have to return integer value, that is the maximum. Say int, this is the let's my max number. Okay.
Right.
Initially, let's key whatever the value of a of 0. Let's assume abhi, okay, we are returning. Okay, max. Now, let's assume ki the 0 position value is the maximum. Okay. And if you run
Mm-hmm.
your program, always return the 6 element, whatever the
Mm-hmm.
number you passing. But really, this is not a maximum element, right? You are getting 6, but it's not a maximum element, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Just print. So someone look the output, they can say, no, no, the method you are thinking is still not good because we are passing this input. They are returning maximum 6. It's not the correct, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
till now we have not think how to find the maximum, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm explaining how we are going to find the max element, right? So
Mm-hmm.
let's assume same number which you have, right? This is the like 6, like 3, like 8, like 1, and like a 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's first, I'm assuming this is the first assuming this is the max is the 0%. Let's assume 0% data is the max, right? Let's assuming this is the max
Max. Okay.
till now. Okay, till
Okay.
now
Okay.
0% data I'm assuming this is the max and returning.
Right.
This is a 0, this is the 1, this is the
Mm-hmm.
2, this is the 3, this is the 4. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of think, why I'm not thinking, I want to find maximum. That means at least we need a two element for getting which is the max, which is the min. We need at least two element. So first
Right.
I'm going to do this first element and
Mm-hmm.
then second element
Right.
and deciding which number is the maximum,
Right.
right?
Right.
So and once we find maximum, in this case, which is the maximum? Not the 6, not the first position. This is the maximum 6, right? The max
Mm-hmm.
become a 6. You can assign max equal to 6.
That's when I'm comparing between these two number first.
These two only.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Once we find, oh, 6 is the maximum, then we can say now I compare 1, I compare 2, now I jump to the third position. Third
Right.
is the number 8,
Right.
right?
Uh-huh.
So I again going to comparing which is the maximum.
Now the
I
third.
say 8 is the maximum, right?
Right.
So our
Okay.
max become a not
Eight.
6, max become a 8,
Eight.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Now already let's till now I'm not decide ki this is the max because ki might be this element have some bigger number. This element can have bigger number, right? So we have
Mm-hmm.
to go check again next element. Next element is
Mm-hmm.
a 3,
Mm-hmm.
right? 3.
Right.
Which is the maximum? Still maximum is 8, right? Still
Right.
maximum is a 8. So you say max is a still 8. Then again next element 2. Which is the max? Again 8 is the max.
8. Mm.
So when we reach the all element, then we can say ki this is the maximum number,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Right.
what we are trying to understand, say ki let's say first elements always, let's say this is the max, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we go compare to the next element and check this is the max, which one max, 3 or 6. You say no, 6 is the maximum, then you say max is equal to 3, 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again jump to the next element and decide this element maximum with this element. So no, this is the maximum, so you say now max is this.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly next element, similarly next element. In this way you have to read each element and compare with the maximum,
Mm.
then we find out the maximum element. So
Right.
finding a max element in array, at least we have to traverse all the element one time, right? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until we are not read each element, how we can say this is the maximum number, right?
Sure.
So first we have to run one loop that read all the element, right?
Mm.
So here say let us going to for starting position, each array start from 0, right? Make then your I should be less than array that length
Mm-hmm.
and I plus plus.
Mm-hmm.
If you notice, let us take element, next element. This is your first element, and now take an integer variable like next element, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next element a of, already we assume 0. So let's, if you write I and just print n, you can read all the value here till now, right?
Right.
N is equal to first time you have a notice, we read all the elements first time 6, 3, 8, 1, 2. So till now this is the one loop which we are using to accessing, traversing n or input array, right? So here we have to not going to print something we have to decide this n number is greater than or less than max, right? So here we say, instead of that I can say if our max number is less than n or not.
Mm-hmm.
If less than, that means we have to change our maximum number, right?
Right.
If our maximum is less, that means the new number which I find, that is the maximum, right? Or you can write it in this way code, the new number maximum greater than the max number, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the next number I find is maximum, then we have to change our maximum. Say maximum would be the new number,
Mm-hmm.
right? This is a, any doubt till now what we are doing? So here initially I assume this is my number 6, 3, 8 and dot dot. So here initially I assume this is the max, this is the m, max is equal to 6, and I
Mm-hmm.
can say let's start the next element. Next element is the 3. So here I am is going to start, let's assume I am going to start for the next element. Okay, next element 1, 0 is the first element, next element 1, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So here say ki whatever the your 0, 1, 2, and here is a 6, here is a 3, here is the 8, here is the 2, right? So here
Mm-hmm.
say ki initially I assuming ki this is the your max. This means max equal to 6, right? Here
Yeah.
say ki run the loop till all the array element and say ki give me the a of I. I started from one position. This means 1,
Right.
right? Give me the
Mm-hmm.
number 3. The next element is a 3, right?
Right.
So here say if new element, this third new element is greater than the max,
Mm-hmm.
It is not greater than max. Then
No.
don't do anything, right? So
Yeah.
here, don't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And just loop go here and increment the I again less than yes, then I become a here 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can say give me the new element a of 2. A of 2 what become? A of 2 become 8, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
N become a 8. You are saying ki n greater than max. N is the 8, max is the your 6. Is greater
Mm-hmm.
than? You can say yes, 8 n is a greater than. Then we have to change. Now maximum would be 8, not a 6, right? So you can say
Mm-hmm.
maximum would be 8. Here so you say 8. So here say ki max would be n,
Mm-hmm.
right?
All right.
Now again, till now not decided. Just again move to the next I plus plus next element, the 3. You again get the next element is go 3, right? And you
Mm-hmm.
say now 3 is 3 greater than max, max 8. No, don't do anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next loop. In this way, you are traversing each element and figuring out which number is greater and maximum, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here you say S out. Let's your new number and let's print the max number. What is the max, right?
Right.
Right? And let's
Right.
check this condition. What the new number is greater than maximum number?
Mm-hmm.
Here just print the output. Okay. Just print what the value. Here should be n. Here should be n. Here should be greater than, right? Just for printing output, you right? Max.
Right.
So that whatever explaining you can look the output as well, right? See here, just I'm writing. Uh, here the max. Okay, extra, right? So what I'm just trying to say here, this is your max element. We are
Mm-hmm.
printing what is the max element. We are printing what is the next number, and checking
Mm-hmm.
this next number is less than or greater than with. They return true or false something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So and let's then if done, then what is the max number? So here say now if this is a true, then we are changing max to new number, right? Let's one more output max. Okay.
Oh, this is a lot easier than
Uh,
my thought
uh.
process.
We are changing now. If condition true, then we change the maximum. Let's run it. So here you notice first time we receive the next number 3 as per the logic. Next number would be 3. Next number, right?
Oh, because of
3. And you can say your max would be the 6, right? 6
mm-hmm.
and 3 less than 6. You say 3 less than 6, it's false. They are not
Oh.
doing anything, right? They're not printing
Mm-hmm.
this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then they become next number. Next
Mm-hmm.
number, let me print either I as well as, right? Should be good. What
Yeah.
is the I position, right? Index position. I.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that you know this is the 0% data, 1% data, 3%, right?
All right.
So you notice you see the I initially start from 1.
Mm-hmm.
So here let's say here plus plus I. So you know enough 1. Right, good. So here noticing first time we are going to enough 1% data. This is 1% data क्या है? 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
6 is greater than max. Max initially we had decided first, right? Initially max was this.
Mm-hmm.
For loop, let's assume that the first element is the maximum, right?
All right.
So initially, whenever input array come, I assume the first element is the maximum, right?
Right.
We are moving to the next element. Next element 1. One element is the 3. Is
Mm-hmm.
3 is max is 3? It should be here. Right now, we are checking
Mm-hmm.
new element is greater than max element. Na?
Right.
So you are checking now. Next element the 3. Next element 3. 3 greater than max 6. No, false. Don't do anything. Right? So they are not
Mm-hmm.
going to inside the loop. Right?
Right.
Again, but still our if for this loop done after this condition I become plus plus, right? Next element.
Mm-hmm.
So next element you are getting a 2. Next element is the 8, right? This is the 8. And yeah, 8 greater than max. You say
Mm-hmm.
yes, true. Then
Mm-hmm.
now we are going to the change our max. Max would be 8, not a 6. Here say max would be 8, not a 6. Right?
Right.
Next time again loop go. Again loop here. You say next
Mm-hmm.
element. Now next element you are getting n of 3. Third
Mm-hmm.
position you are getting 1. 1 greater than max. So no,
Mm-hmm.
don't do anything. Next time again next element 2 greater than max. No, don't do anything. Finally, if your loop done, then you say ki whatever the max is my maximum. So whatever the my
Right.
max is the 8. 8 it return as a value.
Mm-hmm.
So is it clear?
I have a
8.
question. Uh,
Yes.
if you look at max,
Hmm.
is it comparing a number or is a position?
Value. N is the value, na.
Oh, value. Okay.
N is the A of I value. N of I value, position value. N is the value, new number you can say.
Okay,
Next,
and it is comparing with max. Max
maximum
is a
value.
value too. It's a
Yeah.
value.
Always comparing at two value. New value and max value.
So,
Mm-hmm.
what is the max value? Is it the
Initially, we are assuming first is the max.
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Whenever we starting the logic, let's assume
Mm-hmm.
the first element is the maximum. I don't know what is the first element is the 6. I am saying max equal to 6.
okay, okay, okay.
We
Got it.
assume, just assume, let assume if first is the maximum element, right?
Right.
And then going to compare to the next element. Next element is the 3, right? This is on 3. And
Mm-hmm.
comparing 3 value is greater than max 6. No. So don't do
No.
anything. Go compare to the next element. Next element is this 8. Go compare to the 8 greater than max. You find
Mm-hmm.
yes, 8 is the maximum. Then you can say,
Mm-hmm.
oh, change this maximum is the not value, right value, right? This is the incorrect
Right.
value. Now we have to change the
Mm-hmm.
max would be the 8,
Acha.
right?
Right.
Right.
And after that, but still here here you cannot say ki this is the max. Again, you have to compare the next element, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, our logo. What is the next element? Third element is the 1. 1 greater than max? Yes or no? No. Don't do anything. Next element 2. 2 is greater than max? No. Don't do anything. Finally, once you check all the element of an array, then you can say whatever the maximum is the maximum element.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Got it?
Yeah.
So this is not required for just your references. I am writing, right? But your business logic would be only, right. So now whenever I run this method code, they will just check. They will just check initial. This is my maximum number, and just comparing those. This is my max. Okay, this is my
Mm-hmm.
max, and just
Mm-hmm.
comparing the next element to 3, then
Mm-hmm.
8, then 1, then 2. Whichever is the maximum, that we assume this is the my maximum. Changing the position.
Yeah.
In this way, just one time we have to traverse this loop, traverse this array, and figure out which element is the maximum.
Mm-hmm.
Till now, any doubt, any confusion?
Not no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So be clear, Rihad, because there is
Yeah.
no need of for loop. One for loop is
Yes.
sufficient, right?
Yeah. This is a lot cleaner explanation. I understood. And now it could have been done a lot easier, but I made a mess on my code.
No, that's good. Okay, so oh, it's okay. There is no any question with this program.
No.
Okay, thank you.